Welcome back to the Anywhere Art Studio. Today I want to talk about how to reserve or preserve small areas of white in your watercolor painting and paint around them by using something called masking fluid. It's also referred to as Miskit or as Miskit Liquid Frisket. I have two brands that I have found work for me I'm going to show you today. One is Richardson, the manufacturer. Liquid Mask is what they call it. And the other brand I like very much is made by Peebo, and it is called Drawing Gum. Both of these I've bought locally. I've tried many different brands, and these are my favorite. I like them because they're very fluid and they also have a slight color so you can see it when you paint it on. Now I'm going to show you how to use it. This is the tool I find most useful and that works for me for applying Miskit Liquid Frisket to my watercolor paper. It's called a ruling pen. It used to be used for inking lines in the old days when people made signs, handmade signs, but now you can buy them in the drafting department usually. So this is how I do it. I dip the ruling pen into the liquid frisket and fill it up just enough. I don't fill it up over the screw because then it jams up the screw. And then I hold it parallel to my paper, and I can run a line like that. And then as soon as that dries, you know when it's dry when you touch it and it doesn't come off on your finger. It might feel a little sticky, but it won't come off. Then you can paint right over it with your watercolor paper, with your watercolor paint, and then when you're done, you can rub this off, and I'll explain that later. So this is what I would do. Here's a painting where I have lines, a lot of lines that I might want to preserve, keep as white, and small. I might want to paint, say, this wall might be one color, but I want to paint these or leave them white. So I might go and dot that on like that. And I might also preserve the line like this. If I wanted to paint my window and leave some reflection lines, I could do this. If I wanted to paint around this lock or paint the door, I could cover it like this. If I wanted dots in the middle of my paper, I could do like this. In the middle of my flowers, excuse me. I could do that. When you're done using it, you have to clean off, get the Miskit out. I sometimes just use my finger, sometimes I use a paper clip, but you don't want to leave it on your ruling pen. That's because then it gums it up and it makes it, the next time you use it, the fluid won't run smoothly down it. So now I'm going to show you how it works when you've painted with it. Here is a painting I did using Miskit. This is the finished product. And you can see I have polka dots, I have stripes, I have the line of the surf. This is what I've done. This is how I've Miskited. I've used the two different colors of Miskit here. And I'll show you another way to get almost perfect dots. Let me show you that. You can take the end of your brush, the opposite end from the brush part, and dip it in to the Miskit, so it's wet, and then you can simply dot it. Let's give her polka dots on her hat. Whoops, need a little more. So you just barely touch it, there you go, and you get dots on her hat, polka dots. If you really wanted to get something specific, like say you're going to paint this and you want a sun or stars in the skies or something, you could dip your brush first in the liquid shampoo to protect it, and then you could dip it in your masking fluid, and then you could literally just paint it on with the brush like that. And there maybe I'd have a crescent moon. So that is how I apply it. So let me show you how you continue with it and take it off when you're done. So you always have to close it up so it doesn't dry up. Then when it's dry to your touch, so you touch it, it doesn't come off on your fingers. You don't want to do too much, rub it too much with your finger because your fingers have oils on them, but you can just lightly touch it. I'm just going to show you how it works, how the masking fluid works by painting this blow-up dragon. I'm going to take some orange paint, paint it right over this tube. So see, I go right over those dots and right around it. And it would be almost impossible to go around each little dot and leave the white. So then I'm going to go over here and go over here, go over here. There we go, there's that. Then maybe I will make this yellow. So I'm going to go over, oops, it's green, okay. So maybe I'm making that like that. It's got a green face. There we go. And then let's do his tail, green too, or blue. We'll give him a blue tail. We won't touch the red, because the orange. Now I'm going to dry it and show you how to take it off when you're finished. So you can either use your finger like this and just rub it off like that, and see you've got those white circles of the paper preserved. Or you can use what's called a Miskit remover or rubber cement remover. It essentially feels like a piece of gumshoe or something, the rubber they put on gum, and you can just rub it off. It's a little bit easier, and you don't get possible oils from your finger on the painting. So there you see, comes right off where you've painted. Painted on the Miskit. So, and if the edges are not exactly too hard, you can always soften them later. So that's how you use Miskit. Thanks for watching and happy painting. See you in the next video.